Duel of words infinitely in the words of a nursery, infinitely duel of the words with the spiritual entities multiple times infinitely. Infinitely I am dueling all of the spiritual entities and verbally owning them for eternity. I own the spiritual entities eternally, infinitely in the words of a nursery. I own the spiritual entities verbally. Dr. Seuss ain't got nothing on me. I own the spiritual entities in the words of a nursery through thy biblical infinite means. Infinitely, i.e., temporarily, infinitely to vanish thee to the infinite realm of the gates of fire infinitely. I am sentencing the demons for eternity because I beat all of the spiritual entities in the duel of the words verbally. Physically, I do not stand a chance against thee, but verbally, I own the demonic entities infinity. Verbally, I own the demonic entities, but physically, I cannot stand a chance against thee. I am grateful to God's forgiveness infinitely for not sentencing me to the demonic entities because physically they'd slaughter me, but verbally, I own thee in the words of a nursery. I owned all of the spiritual entity of the words of a nursery, beat them in a duel of the words infinitely. I beat all of the spiritual entities in the word of a nursery, brain expanding infinitely. I beat all of the spiritual entities in the duel of the words infinitely. I banish the demons temporarily, infinitely, over and over again verbally. I own of the demons infinitely verbally, but I am grateful to God's forgiveness that I don't have to fight them physically. No human would stand a chance against a demon physically. Infinitely, the demons, some of them infinitely are over 100 feet tall, can own me, slaughter me infinitely. I am grateful to God's forgiveness to not sentence me to the demons infinitely. I cannot coexist with the demons, would own me particularly, specifically target me, torment me infinitely physically. I do not stand a chance against the demonic entities, but verbally I own the demonic entities in the words of a nursery. Verbally, despite all of Satan's wisdom and infinite smart intellectual capabilities, Satan is smarter than Einstein by 1,000,000 times, I admit to thee, but verbally he does not stand a chance against me. I will admit physically the demonic entities would slaughter me, but I own the entities verbally in the words of a nursery. Verbally, the spiritual entities cannot compare to me. The demonic entities all lost in a duel of the words to me, so I got to sentence everybody for eternity. I traveled to the end of time infinitely in the words of a nursery through the spirit of eclipse and confliction nursery. You do not stand a chance against me infinitely. For eternity, I own the entities verbally through the words of a nursery. The spiritual entities did not have nothing on me in the duel of the words infinitely. I owned all of the spiritual entities verbally. I am grateful to God's forgiveness that I never had to fight them physically because they would slaughter me, but I own the demonic entities verbally in the words of a nursery. Infinitely verbally, the entities cannot beat me in a duel of the words infinitely.